All right, we're rolling the intro.
Yay! Aw.
Who dies today?
I love that.
Ten seconds.
Oh, the chat just, well, that was dark.
3, 2, 1. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Dice Camera Action Season 3.
Woo!
Wait, hold on. I almost had. All right, there we go. All right.
Thank you, Nate. Thank you.
Yep, you got it.
All right. When last we left the Waffle Crew, they were in the frigid north aboard an airship captained by a half-elf sorcerer named Zandala. And they were seeking an artifact on her behalf and on behalf of the Harpers for whom she works, an artifact called the Ring of Winter. And as the Waffle Crew was contending with a three-headed frost giant, a ice vulture swooped over their heads and went outside with a rider on its back. But you destroyed the vulture. The rider came tumbling down onto the ice, and where Paulton confronted him, hoping to get his hands on that ring. Various shenanigans ensued. Won't go into too much detail. But in the chaos, Strix disappeared, leaving nothing behind to suggest where it went.
Oops.
Thanks a lot, Strix.
I'm sorry.
Thanks.
That kind of threw the Waffle Crew in a bit of a tizzy, and as they lifted off, Diath took one of his keys and inserted it into the keyhole worked into the hilt of his sword, Gutter, causing a magical aperture to form before the gateway to some distant plane, so that he could summon forth Shemeshka the Arcanoloth. And Paulton, as you recall, realized, just by himself, that he seems to be shedding skin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So where we pick up is the airship is lifting off out of the Great Ice Rift. Since the crew of the ship was killed, the Waffle Crew is kind of trying to, batten things down on their own. Zandala, you think you have a ways to go before these guys will actually be trained to fly this thing properly.
I'm just pointing and saying, move that thing and that other thing.
Down in the rift below, you can see the dragon that was turned to ice that Evelyn was carving her name into before she was so rudely interrupted. And you can actually hear the threefold roar of a really annoyed frost giant who at this point in time is no longer polymorphed but trapped in a cage much too small for her body.
Oh, yeah.
All right. As the portal opens up on the deck and your ship continues to rise, suddenly the cover afforded to you by the canyon walls no longer is there, and the cold wind of the frigid Arctic north blows over the ship, catching your hair and your cloaks and the rigging and just about everything else. And
I feel nothing.
you feel nothing, nothing whatsoever. Yeah, you feel nothing but room temperature forever. And
I remember what it was like to feel.
Oh.
Oh my God.
And in that moment, stepping through the illuminated plane of the arcane gate is a fox-headed woman, her skin covered with a tawny coat of fur. She is wearing what appears to be a evening ball gown, crimson with gold, and a what would you call it? I guess a headdress or a wreath around her head made up of what appears to be a tangle of razor vines that kind of trail down her back. And as she comes forth, she has got what looks like some sort of cigarette in a cigarette holder.
Evelyn is like wide-eyed, like, because Evelyn's never seen her before, and she thinks her fashion is on point.
Oh, that's right. You haven't seen her
No.
before.
Yeah.
I
Evelyn
forgot.
is completely clueless as to what's going on, but super into it.
As is Paulton, because the last time Shemeshka was summoned, Diath and Strix were the only ones present. So Diath, you're the only one who's met her currently on board the ship.
So, surprise, teammates. This is something I can do.
Zendala says,
is
whoa, 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 whoa. What is going on here? Who are
And
you?
as soon as she comes forth, she says, I didn't expect you to summon me so soon.
Yes.
Oh, no.
God,
Yeah,
I love her so much.
Ah.
Diath, explain your girlfriend now.
Girlfriend, oh my gosh, Dia!
I was in the middle of an interrogation.
No one else speak. This is a change. Shemeska, let's not mince words and get right to it.
Just like, who's that?
Is that a hint of desperation I hear in your voice?
It is. Strix is gone. Not taken, not teleported away, just gone of her own will. What kind of spell, artifact, or device could just take someone away like that?
She says, of course you're referring to that charming young woman that I met last time.
Yes, that's the one.
She sort of leans into you a bit, and her eyes sort of fixate on the pendant that you wear around your neck, and she says, is that...
No?
May I?
I'd rather you didn't.
She comes toward you regardless.
This is getting spicy.
All right.
Wee woo.
She will sort of reveal in one hand what appears to be like a little magnifying glass, and she holds it up to her eye, while with the other hand she just sort of pulls it in toward her and looks at it, and she says, not magical. And then she just drops it and puts her eyepiece away.
Yeah, Div kind of like take it back and like put it back against himself.
And then she says, yes, I recall your friend. I met her when she was a child, you know. I done a little bit
Evelyn's
of...
like nudging Paulton, like, why didn't we know about this? Who is this?
I don't know. I like her.
I think she's real pretty.
And she says, and I took the liberty of doing a little research.
I believe you. I believe that.
It appears that she has been summoned away by contract. An infernal contract.
Evelyn does not like the sound of that.
Neither does DS.
You say she left suddenly?
Yes.
Yes.
Who would happen to have, or where would this infernal contract be?
Funny you should mention it. It was sold recently for a song, I might add, to one Omeniphus Heroadron.
See, I told you it wasn't me.
Dieth actually like reacts to this name a little bit and just kind of says out loud to himself, Omen Drawn?
You've met.
No, not exactly. He's just the worst kept secret of Waterdeep. All right. Where can I find Omen Drawn? Right now. Or where? No, better yet. Where is Omen Drawn, or where is he going?
She says, he's headed to Chult.
Chult? Dieth will turn back to Zendala. Zandala, do you know where Chult is?
Do I know where Chult is, Chris Perkins?
You do not. But
No.
Artis, who is standing on the deck, sort of quietly observing what's happening around Dieth, he raises up a gloved hand and says, I do.
Would you be able to navigate us there?
He sort of looks around. The ship's kind of doing spinning circles, right? And he says, yes.
All right. Dieth will then turn back to Shemeska and will say,
2 questions left.
oh, really? I thought I had
One
asked
question left.
Damn it.
Don't look a gift box in the mouth, Diaz.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Can
Think carefully, my boy.
I get a rain check on it?
Well, that's all of your questions. The answer is no. Key, please.
Dieth rolls his eyes, takes out his key ring, unlatches one of the keys and hands it over.
And she says, I've always liked your family. So bright. That light within you, Lokatha.
Yeah, don't talk about that. You're ready to leave now.
She says, do you really want to find her? I mean, you have a new sorcerer now. And she points to Zandala.
Don't ever question my motives again. This transaction is complete.
She'll smile and bare her teeth at you, sort of an unspoken threat, you assume. And she says, one lost friend isn't the end of the world, you know. And then she backs into the portal. And she says, beware the Skizziks, they're coming for you. And she leaves.
Your girlfriend is real weird.
She's not my girlfriend. I hate her. Stop.
After she disappears, I walk over to Dieth. I just kind of tap him on the shoulder. I'm like, man, I feel better phrasing could have gotten you 2 more questions.
Yeah, but I could see why you wouldn't want to know anything like where's Evelyn's body now, or like how could Evelyn not be a convict anymore? That'd be a silly thing to ask. I'm sure.
Or like when
How many keys do you
She's
have left
not
now?
omnipotent. What's
No,
that?
She's not omnipotent. How many keys do you have left now? 6, I believe?
I have 6
7.
keys
Okay.
left.
Yeah.
I don't know. She just seems to know a lot of things. So, just yeah.
But she seems nice.
Zandala turns to Artis and like grabs him and says, you need to give me the ring now, and I will give it back to you when we get to Chult. Otherwise, we'll just kill you right now.
He says, I've told the Harpers this many times. The ring is evil, and it will try to take control of whoever wears it, and use that person to inflict as much carnage and destruction as possible. Others have tried to control it and failed. I'm not prepared to give it to you, particularly since I don't think who you are who you say you are.
But you're hanging on to the ring, and you were just found ruining a whole giant's village, and you're not being eviled by the ring? Like, I'm not seeing the logic here.
He says, I've had the ring for many, many years and been able to control it when none others can.
But you're not doing a Harper's job anymore, so I need to take it from you because it is my job.
And
This isn't an option.
who set you on this course? to find me in the ring.
The Harpers. You have not been talking to them. That's why you're.
I still have a few
you don't-
friends among the Harpers, and they've had some things to say about you.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
All right. Well, then I guess neither of us are telling the truth, apparently, and the Waffle Crew is gonna have to decide whose side we're taking here. I think, because I'm not letting you keep it.
Look, fine. Paulton can have the ring, and everyone will be happy.
Yes, I could not agree with anything more. Please.
Also, he's dealt with the whole influenced by evil thing, and he's done a real good job so far. He didn't get married to that weird zombie lady, and he didn't become the Dark Lord, and he never really abandoned us. Not really.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You know Evelyn's a little right. You're a better person than you like to let on.
Trick shakes her head.
What?
I'm not here.
So yeah, see, problem solved.
Yep. Iceberg, please.
You don't see Artis going out of his way to remove the ring. He's wearing gloves on his hands currently, so if he's got the ring on, it's under one of them. He just sort of leans up against the mast post and crosses his arms and says, "Before I was able to regain the ring, the Frost Giants were going to try to use its power to freeze the world. I don't know if they actually could or not. That's beside the point. But there are other groups after this ring. The Zentarum. Have you ever heard of them?
Yeah, they're a group that's after the ring, and we're not going to let them.
So, there's that. Plus, you need me to get to Chult. I won't help you if you take the ring."
Can I do like a persuasion check on him? And
I
be like,
aid the persuasion by being behind him, like,
Yeah, what are you going to say to persuade him, or do to persuade him?
I'm gonna look at him.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna give him a big old smile. And be like, "Yeah, you are. Come on."
Go ahead and make your roll.
Hey, 25.
Okay.
Oh, man.
very persuasive.
Very, very much so. All right. He will put his arm around you and kind of turn you and walk you toward the bow of the ship, where you, in a way that suggests he wants to have a private conversation with you.
Oh, my God.
I know where this is going.
It always goes the same way.
I try to persuade him to give me the ring, and the arm hits me. I'm just like, God damn it, not again. Like, all right.
He says to you, "I think we're on the same side here, and I do want to accommodate you. But I do have to warn you that the ring is extremely persuasive, and it was a fight to assert control over it, and it has not come without cost. My efforts to keep the ring out of evil's hands has claimed many a life, and some of those lives are on my shoulders. Now, I found out about the ring from a place called the Eye of the All-Father. Have you heard of it?"
I believe that is the place where you got the ring.
Well, no, it's an oracle, an ancient giant oracle, locked away in the spine of the World Mountains. And the oracle told me the path I needed to walk to reclaim the ring from the Frost Giants. But it also told me that I would run into allies along the way, allies within which enemies were hiding. I don't believe you're one of the enemies. I think you're one of the allies, and I think we could be good friends.
Me too.
If you let me travel with you and see you safely to this land where you can find your lost friend, give me that chance to get to know you better and determine whether or not the ring will be safe in your hands and whether you will be safe with it, then I will consider parting with it and I will give it to you. Would you be willing to wait?
All right. You seem like I don't have a great read on you yet, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Yeah, let's wait. Let's wait this out. Uh-oh.
He says, in the meantime, I would keep a close eye on your captain, Zandala. The last I heard, she was no longer a member of the Harpers. This is information I got from a man named Crowan Valharo, who runs Moongleam Tower in Everland. It is the largest Harper stronghold in the north. And I trust his words over hers.
This sounds like a lot of names and information that I should be writing down.
I gotcha.
He says, is there another among your crew who you trust above all others?
Probably someone who would write this stuff down.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. If you could pick one among them in whom I should also confide, which one would you choose?
I'd say, well, let's see. One of them's gone. One of them is the one you
I can see now the camera just sort of panning from Paulton's point of view, and he's like looking at Diath, and he's looking at Evelyn, then he's looking at the owlbear, then he's looking at then he's looking at Simon. Yeah.
It's between the edgy fellow,
the one who summoned the fiend from God knows where.
I mean, when you say it like that, yeah, I'd say anyone in in the group is trustworthy enough.
Well, we can't all have good judgment. And he just sort of pats you on the back, and it says, "It's okay. We all have our gifts." It's cold out here.
Could us hear that, or was that?
No, it's pretty much drowned out by the ripping wind that's blowing over everything, but you can tell just by their posture that they're bonding on some level, or at least they're trying to. But you don't see. It's very clear that Artis isn't like taking his ring off and handing it to Paulton.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Is there a conversation done?
It looks like it. They're just sort of standing awkwardly next to each other.
All right.
So,
wind blowing through their hair.
How's other things?
I also want to remind everyone that the crew. Here's my since they're not here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be upfront with everybody and say, yes, I was working for the Harpers, but this draconic crew I got, they were working for somebody else, and I had no means of travel, no way of getting up here, and this red dragon guy, what's his name?
Klauth.
Yes. He trusted me and wanted the ring for himself as well. I don't know what he plans to do with it, but that's why I have the ship. That's why we had the crew. That's why that sending stone was super important to keep out of their hands, so that Klaus didn't get any information that we didn't want him to have. But now he's on his way, and he said 3 days he's gonna find us. So I don't know if anybody's got great ideas, Mr. Artis. Do you have any plans for this? Because whether you help us or not, he's coming for it.
He says, "I will do whatever it takes to keep the ring out of his grasp."
How far away is Chult?
And then he says, "How big is this dragon?" Nervously.
Excuse me.
And then when Diath interjects, Artis says, It's a long, long trip. Thousands of miles south of here it lies.
I think it's great how seriously y'all take the planning phase of everything we do, but Strix got summoned by an infernal contract and she's in Chult, and we need to go right now and find her.
Couldn't say it better, Evelyn. Whatever preparations we need to do, whatever training you need to give us to get this ship going, let's do it.
Yep. And Artis will sort of leave Paulton's side and come toward the rest of the party and just say, now Chult is... If you want to talk about the end of the world, Chult is the end of the world. It is a remote corner of Faerun, a vast peninsula of uncharted wilderness, home to...
Yes, end of the world. Yes, we're going right now. She's like running to that bow. She's like, what thing do I push? Zandala, what thing do I pull?
She's like at the harpoon. What do I do?
Yeah.
Agreed. We are going to find Strix. That is the most important thing on the table here. But Artis, how do we know you're not just gonna ring Bird away from here and leave us? I have no guarantees you're sticking around right now.
That's right, you don't. But as I've told my friend Paulton here, I was guided on this mission by an oracle, and I was warned that I would run into some allies, and I believe that this meeting is not by chance, but by fate. I have a history in Chult, which maybe one day I'll regale you with, but for the time being, suffice to say, I do have a purpose there, and so I am strongly motivated to stay with you as long and until we arrive.
Evelyn takes her construct hand and clamps it around his wrist and is like, look, friendship, motivation, not going anywhere. Now let's go. And she just holds onto his hand stubbornly into perpetuity.
Okay.
Just holding onto his wrist.
He doesn't pull away or anything. But cool. He sort of looks down at you with a sort of quizzical look. Like he hasn't really gotten a good look at you up to this point. Last he saw you, you were doing something really weird to that dragon. And he'll just stand there and let you clasp his arm.
I'm poking and pulling ropes and stuff while I'm holding on to his arm with the other hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get this boat moving, and I guess we'll deal with this dragon whenever he finds us. Hopefully he just doesn't.
Artis will say, how is he going to find us? Do you know that?
I don't know that, actually. I don't think there's a way he can find us unless the sending stone thing is like a beacon. I don't know how these work.
Unless you plan to communicate with him some more, maybe you should get rid of it.
That's fine, and I chuck it over the side.
Finally.
Quick question, Chris. So I didn't really touch on this, but that flesh that came off me.
Yeah.
That's still a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
When that happened, I did that thing where I took it off, and then that situation where you have a napkin or something, but there's no garbage nearby, so you just kind of put it in your pocket. I'll just throw this out later.
Yeah. Oh my god.
No.
Hope that doesn't come back to bite me.
All right.
Speaking of, is there any mark visible on his neck? Do we see?
Nobody has noticed anything at this point in time, other than Paulton. And he hasn't announced anything, so no.
He's pulling his little blonde hair over it.
Yeah.
Pop your collar a little more than usual.
All right. So you spend the next little while basically doing what Captain Zandala asks you to do so that you can get a handle for how to fly this thing. Who all is participating in the flying of the ship? All right.
DF.
Yep. Paulton, are you considering yourself one of the crew, or are you going to try to stay out of the labor?
If I am needed,
they will almost certainly need you. They need a minimum crew of 4. Now, with you, that makes 3. Artis is happy to help, but so is Sir Godfrey, your undead knight. So you could, Paulton, if you want, stay out of it and let them take care of it.
Do I count too? Can I work while I'm yelling?
Yeah, I guess you could. You could substitute for one of the crew as well.
Okay, I help out too.
All right. Okay.
We can leave Godfrey or whoever doesn't want to help.
Yeah.
I go to volunteer, and then I feel that that missing flesh. I'm like, guys, I'll probably just get in the way. I mean, it's Paulton's drunk again, right? I'm gonna go sleep.
All right. So Paulton will go.
If you want to help, that way Diaz can just stand on the bow of the ship, looking straight forward, arms crossed, and just brooding the whole trip. That'd be cool too.
You should play us a song, Paulton. You haven't played in so long. I can't continue to work unless I have inspiration.
All right. I go to reach for the new mandolin. I'm just like, ow. Okay. Oh God. Oh, it doesn't hurt.
I see Paulton struggling, and I say, "Why don't you stand at the front and keep watch?"
I'm gonna stand at the front and keep watch.
You're so helpful. Thank you.
Anytime, fam.
Right. Are you gonna try to play at all?
Yeah, I'll just
Okay.
I'll pluck around.
All right, you just sort of pluck around, and when you're out on the bow, it's particularly cold out there, and your fingers start to get kind of numb, and your bones start to ache. And you feel pain sort of shooting through every time you strum on the lute. It becomes more intolerable. Now,
can I give him my cloak or something? Do I see
you could,
him shivering?
or you could let him sit near the furnace on deck, which puts out heat.
Whatever you want, Paulton. I mean, it is cool if you want to keep watch, because that's
you can drape
cool,
your cool cloak over his shoulders.
I put my cloak on him.
Yeah.
I think I have some kind of cold resistance.
Yeah.
Because of my draconic thing.
Make a perception check, Zondala.
Where is that?
That would be.
Oh, I don't have any plus perception.
It would just be wisdom. It would just be wisdom for you. Okay. Yeah, you throw. Yeah.
Wait, did you say you rolled a 1?
I made a 1.
Was it Diaz? Chris.
All right, the first crit fail goes to the guest star.
Yay!
All right.
Holly, your poll was for naught.
Yes. Okay. You notice nothing untoward as you kind of drape your cloak over his shoulders, and Paulton, you're sitting there with the cloak on, feeling better now that you're kind of on a stool next to the furnace, and there's heat kind of issuing off of it.
You're wearing that cloak, by the way. It's real flouncy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That
All right.
I like it.
Nice on you.
Sir Godfrey is not troubled by the cold, being a revenant, and neither is Evelyn. But Evelyn, as you are working, and Paulton is inspiring you with his little plucks on his mandolin, you can hear Juniper rattling around in your innards, probably because there's an ice box in there now.
No. Oh, I take her out, and she's little shivery mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. And you hold her in your ice cold, woody hands.
I look around. I look at Diaz, and he doesn't like pets. I look at Paulton. I'm like, he's drunk again. So I look at Zondala, and I'm like, do you like mice?
I love mice.
Do you mind holding on to Juniper? She's real cold, and I can't warm her up.
I take Juniper,
Okay.
and I set Juniper next to Summerwise, wherever Summerwise is. They can just hang out together and keep each other warm.
Do they like each other? Do they seem like they're gonna be friends?
Let's check.
I was gonna say that's Chris's
Summerwise,
call, not mine.
Summerwise eats Juniper.
What?
Oh, no.
Zondala just offered this treat to
God.
to Summerwise, and Summerwise just with the snap of the jaws, and then you see the little hind end of the mouse with the tail sticking out, and the tail goes down its gullet.
Can I snatch for her?
I hold Evelyn back and I say, I hear you're not supposed to correct the pseudo dragons. They do what they want, or they get real mad. So I'm sorry.
I'm sure she's fine. We just have to get her out of.
No. I don't want you to get hurt.
How you hiding like a dragon?
Her.
I telepath to Summerwise and I say, "Oh my God, that's rude."
And then he sort of looks at you with surprise, like, what?
Can I
Spit it out
telepath
now.
to Summerwise?
out.
I need you to spit it out now.
Mm.
Please, I will get you an apple. You like apples? Way tastier.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, Jeebus.
Do I see this?
Oh yeah.
It's like, huh.
With advantage. That's good, because I rolled another one.
Oh no.
20!
How do you roll a 1 and then a 20 in the same roll?
I don't know.
Great.
All right. Yeah, he'll
my God.
take his stinger, put it on his tongue, and just start to regurgitate, and spits up a wet, slimy white mouse, which just sort of goes kaflop on in your hands,
Oh my
Zonderla.
gosh.
But it's warm
I lay
now.
on hands on her for like her 1 HP. I'm like, Juniper.
Yeah, you do a little resuscitation.
Yeah, we'll lay on hands. Yeah.
All right.
And I'm just looking at Summerwise like, never again.
And yes, little breaths return to Juniper's form.
I'm
Oh
like,
my god.
you are not a very good babysitter.
I'm sorry.
Huh.
I take Juniper back. I'm like, thanks anyway. And I go and I'm like, Paulton, can you? Okay, Dia, can you hold on? Can you hold on to Juniper, please? and keep her warm?
Suboptimal.
And don't do anything mean to her. She's been through a
Oh my
lot.
goodness.
Of course. I'll take Juniper and place her.
Those cabins are all free now.
I don't want her. I want her to scratch me up a lot.
Mm.
I'll
Yeah,
take one of my pouches. I normally hold some of my coinage and things are
Yep.
in, and like kind of put her in there as like
Okay.
a little sleeping bag. And
Okay.
if she still seems cold, I'll either put it by the furnace or
Well,
bring
that
her
seems to
inside.
help. That seems to help.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. You're the responsible one, Dia. I can always count on you.
Wow, close call.
Oh my god.
That rat or mouse is going to be resuscitated like 50 times. It's going to be like a zombie mouse.
Hmm.
And it's completely selfishly.
But good
evil
work on that
because-
persuasion check. That
Yeah,
was key.
seriously.
Plot twist: Dieth eats Juniper.
Oh my god.
They would never forgive you.
And what is Artist doing if he's not helping? be part of the
He's
crew?
being held on to. I'm holding on to him still. I'm dragging him around. He's helping me.
Oh. That's...
Yeah, I guess that's what he's doing. Mostly he seems to just be kind of watching and currently shaking his head.
I just want to remind everyone that the chat decided that Artist looks exactly like a long-haired oh god, now I'm blanking. What's his name? Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, in actually the art for him in Tomb
I
of
know. I
Annihilation,
looked up
there
in
is a
the
striking
art,
resemblance.
And it looks
Really?
very much
Yeah.
like Nicolas Cage.
Ugh.
It's
Yeah, I don't know if you can actually. I can't hold the book close enough for you to see clearly, but there he is.
he so does. They
Now I'm
called
just
it
gonna see
before
that.
they saw the art. It was
Yeah.
great.
Wow, that's incredible.
Anyway, thank you, Chad.
Anywho.
You did good.
Yep.
Well, I'm sure I can see that once I go out and purchase Tomb of Annihilation now in stores today
There we go. Yep.
at your local game store.
Plug.
Sick plug.
No problem.
Here, here, here.
All right. And Evelyn, you can see because you've been around Artist now for a little bit that he doesn't carry any big weapons or anything other than a dagger that he's got on his belt. That is kind of interesting in a way because it's got a tiny little spider worked into the pommel. Not a real spider, but a carving of a spider.
I
there's-
like spiders.
There's also it has the body of the spider looks like a blue gem.
That's real pretty. Where'd you get that? Is that a spider? I like spiders. Do you like spiders?
He says, "That's my dagger bookmark. It's called."
Why bookmark? What does bookmarks have to do with spiders? Do you like to read?
Yeah, I like to read. Don't you?
Yeah, sure. I love to read, especially about Lathander, the Morning Lord. Have you heard about Lathander, the Morning
Oh
Lord?
my god.
All praise and glory be to his name.
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
Xandala
I can tell you all about him if you want.
Sure.
quietly cackling.
So
I would love to hear
Uh,
more about Lathander, the Morning Lord.
Evelyn's like, really? Great. Okay,
All
let's
right.
start at the beginning. In the beginning,
So-
there was a light, and the light
Oh my god.
from
You
the very
hear her-
beginning.
you hear her
Evelyn, get to
voice.
work.
You just hear a voice explain, like fade off in the distance as the airship flies away from the camera.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is the best day ever.
All right. So, Zandala, I would like you to make another roll. Seems like you got all the rolls today. This is going to be a wisdom survival check. And this is a roll to determine how well your training is taking hold of the crew.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, how well you trained us, not how badly
Checking
we
your
screwed up.
captaincy here, yeah. Because anybody can pull a rope when they're told to, but you're the one who has to give them the orders to do things in the proper order.
14 plus 6.
Okay.
So 20.
Very good. So within the span of a day, you kind of get them doing things in the right flow. You're able to raise and lower the ship to get into currents that carry you in the right directions. You know that without you, they'll have a hard time finding currents and get going in the right direction themselves. But they're able to do the rudimentary tasks needed to get the ship going in the right direction at full speed.
I'm like patting them on the back and individually telling them that they're doing a great job, and I'm very proud of them.
All right. And then as time wears on, you can see fatigue setting in. They've been doing it for hours and hours and hours now. Normally, you have a bit of a crew rotation.
Right.
Now, you do have, with you and Diath and Evelyn and Godfrey working together as a foursome, you could swap out two and let them rest. Godfrey doesn't need to rest. Neither does Evelyn, technically. So,
I feel fine. I'm going to keep telling him all about Lathander.
but you.
I was gonna say I need a long rest because I'm still
That's
at
right.
low
You're
hit points.
Yeah, you're at like single digits.
20, I
Oh,
think,
okay.
is what it says.
Oh, that's right. You got to lay on
Because
hands
I
from. You got to
gave
lay
you-
on
yeah.
hands, right?
Yeah.
I also wouldn't mind a full rest at some point since I was blasted down by a white dragon's breath attack.
All right. So, Zandala, who do you want to place in command while you rest?
I actually still need to go into like my powered down state to get my spells recharged.
That's correct.
Right? Okay. I guess I have to. I guess I could tell you more about Lathander tomorrow, Artis.
I kind of want to talk to the crew about this and
Okay.
be like, hey guys, so I think me and Diath are gonna rest first, but like, what are we gonna do about Artis? I still don't trust him, and Evelyn obviously needs to work with probably both hands. So, should we like tie him somewhere, or I don't know. Like, we're screwed if he leaves.
He's not leaving. He said so himself that he needs to make his way to Chult. With at least two of us up here, we can keep eye on him.
Okay.
Artis also
I
took
guess-
some damage from the altercation, so he's a
Don't
little
care.
battered right now.
Yeah, he doesn't. Get
Maybe
to know.
maybe he'd let us hold bookmark his dagger that he loves very much, and then he wouldn't want to leave without.
You want collateral?
I'm just saying he would probably let us. Artis, would you let me hold that thing? It was really nice.
No.
No, never mind. He won't.
All right. Well, I guess all we have is to.
He
trust
says, I use it to
Artis.
cut my food. That's why.
We can cut
Oh.
your food for you, dude. Okay. You don't need to be like all hard ass here. But
Well, I
if
understand.
you're
I have
gonna,
certain utensils I like more than others. It's-
oh my goodness. Okay, so I guess I'm putting Evelyn in charge because Paulton is like chilling.
Yep.
He needs to chill.
Yep.
Yeah. So okay.
All right. So
I guess
Evelyn's in charge and
we
also doing
go-
tasks. Godfrey can stay up here and work.
Mhm.
If you and Diath are going bottom side, then you need Paulton and Artis to be working.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Paulton, are you cool with that? Also, Artis, you're gonna work. I don't care if you're cool with that.
I will do something.
Okay.
Whichever job requires the least attention, have him do that.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So when Diath and Zandala, you retire below decks. Zandala, you've got your own cabin. Diath, you can go to a cabin with a couple hammocks in it and take one.
Sure. I'll find a comfortable place for Juniper and give her her own little bed.
All right. Back in Zandala's cabin, you can see Summerwise is still a bit miffed that you gave him food and then took it away.
I ignore Summerwise.
Yes, he's being very
bad.
aloof right now.
Mm-hmm. I don't recognize this behavior.
All right.
Is Simon helping me?
Not particularly.
I was gonna say Waffles and Simon are probably just like farting around, aren't they?
Yeah, Waffles is probably just sleeping on the
Entertaining
deck.
people.
She's not bothered by the cold at all because she's got her huge coat. Simon isn't bothered by the cold, so he's just kind of like he might be just sort of standing there,
He's just
bored,
standing.
and occasionally will like go over and stand next to Paulton or find something that he can like juggle.
Oh, good. Okay.
Um,
Okay, so we nap. Well, long rest.
All right.
Yay.
Paulton, make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Whoop.
Uh-oh.
Sure. It'd be a 17.
Okay. While you're aware that you feel somewhat weakened and whatnot, it doesn't really impede your ability to do the minimal amount of work necessary to keep the ship moving as you've been instructed. You don't suffer any debilitating effects other than the cold does get to you and the pain just never subsides. But fortunately, there's Simon there to give you an occasional laugh with his capering and antics, so that's kind of nice.
I kneel down to Simon.
Yep.
I just put my hands on his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, my son. I don't know how much longer I have on this world. If I'm gone, I need you to watch the wine. And also the friends. The friends are nice too. Mainly the wine.
Aw.
He will
Can you
nod.
do that?
He will nod.
I shake him like, I mean it. Can you do this?
He nods frantically.
You're a good boy. Still, I don't think everyone trusts you.
He looks around. He does a sort of a 360 with his head on the deck of the ship, looks around, sees Waffles, sees Godfrey, and he just sort of kind of shrugs his shoulders.
He does the 360 turn. I'm just like, and shit like that doesn't help. But I believe in you. Make sure you study. Or something. I don't know what kids do.
He'll just sort of look around from side to side and figure out where this is all coming from, and then he'll just sort of hold his hands up to hug you.
Oh.
Like, my son. And I like go over to hug him, and I feel the pain. I'm like, oh god, okay.
This
All right.
fucking robot.
So tender.
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
Okay.
Quality boy.
Make a perception check, Evelyn.
First roll of the new season.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
No.
8.
Okay. You get really into this whole system of dealing with the rigging and moving the ship along on its course and barking out orders.
I'm making metaphors about Lathander. As the knot ties together this line to that line, so are we inextricably tied to the light of the morning Lord in our daily lives.
All right. And Paulton, make a perception check.
17.
All right. As you confide in Simon, you notice that Evelyn's going off on one of her religious tangents, and but you catch sight of, or you sort of meet eyes with Artis, who is helping to guide the ship, but has on his face, as he looks at you, sort of a look of grave concern. Like you sense that he is aware that something is amiss with you.
I like, specifically with me.
Yeah, there's sort of a pitied look to it.
What, as I was like having like this really
Yes.
deep moment with my son,
Yes.
I just look over, like still crouched down, just like,
All right, he goes back to work. like as though he won't make anything of it. Okay. When time passes, Zondala and Diath, you wake up in your due time. Nothing untoward has happened, and you can have your breakfast and then go up to see how everyone else is doing. Everything is just as you left it, pretty much, except now it's daytime.
Great.
The
Nandala is a
morning
morning
light
person?
is gleaming off of Evelyn as she's standing up on the rigging and pulling lines and tying things off and whatnot.
Just whistle while you work. I can't.
The whistle
Nandala is
you just
depressed.
You can see Artis is actually standing next to the furnace and is just sort of warming himself and stamping his feet.
Right.
Godfrey doesn't seem at all bothered by the cold.
As soon as I arrive topside, I basically look over for whatever position I need to take over for.
Yep.
Or whatever Zandala directs me to.
Okay.
I'd imagine either Paulton or Evelyn, since they probably need to take a breather.
Sure. Make a perception check, Diath.
Yay! I get to roll. Ha! Ooh, 23.
Paulton does not look well. You can see that he looks sick. Like he is really, really sick looking. He's lost some color in his flesh, and he's moving like kind of an old version of himself.
I'll immediately approach to him and say, "Hey, buddy, why don't you take it easy?"
It's like, don't touch me!
And with your roll, when you get close to him, you can see that there are some like black veins coming up his neck.
Paulton, I got this. Why don't you go see Evelyn for a second?
It's motion sickness. I don't like boats.
Okay. I mean, if you're not feeling well, I think.
I feel great!
All right. Well, just go get some rest. I got this. His finger guns.
All right. Paulton, do you retire below decks where it's warm and there's like hammocks and shit?
Hell sure.
Okay. All right.
Evelyn says to Zandala, "If you won't be needing me, I'll be powering down for a while."
Yeah, go log off. You did good.
She just goes, "Phew." Like exactly where she is.
Damn it.
All right.
Okay. Never mind.
Okay. Artis watches you as he stamps his feet next to the furnace. Zondala, he doesn't look ready to go back to his post yet, but he's just watching you very carefully.
I say to Artis, "Why are you cold?" I mean, like, doesn't the ring... You're not wearing the ring, are you?
Not currently.
Knew it. So I make sure I say this loud enough that everybody knows he's not wearing the ring currently. Just because it puts me at ease and he can't fly off on a bird of ice.
Mm-hmm.
And I want everyone to know this.
Okay.
So I feel better now.
Do I hear from below he's not wearing the ring?
No.
Oh,
Everybody on the deck.
dang it.
Everybody wasn't powered down on the deck. Yeah. So Diath, basically.
All right. I heard it.
Yeah. Heard it. Godfrey Gwillem heard it.
Summerwise heard it.
Yep.
Juniper heard it.
No, she's down below.
Yeah, she's down below.
Oh,
in
she's
my
still
room.
napping? Okay.
She has a little
All right.
nest.
All right, so who's on deck now?
That would be you, Diath, Godfrey, Artis,
Cool.
and technically sleeping or resting Evelyn.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yep. All right.
So we're still on our way then.
You are. Several days pass, let's say 7, and you've got a system in place now. But it's become increasingly apparent to all of you over that time that Paulton is not well.
And I've probably tried laying on hands
Yeah.
on him, and it didn't work. And
Correct.
This decaying flesh was in the bed before I got here.
And Paulton, your maximum hit points have decreased by another 7.
Oh, that's really bad.
Cool.
Evelyn's grabbing Diaz by the shoulders, and she's like, "The fox lady! You have to ask the fox lady what to do. We have to heal him. I bet she knows how."
Guys, it's fine. It's a phase.
And
Have
then
you ever had an allergic reaction like this before? Could it be flying?
No.
Are you allergic to flying?
Sure. Yeah.
Guys, we need to land right away.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Yeah. I think he just needs to chill until we can get to Chult. Then we'll seek out a doctor.
Artis will say at this point, he's not going to make it to Chult.
What do you know about this?
Not with that attitude, I'm not.
I love how well that applies here.
As I immediately after, as I throw up some guys. Oh, shit! I might need that.
Is that a piece of my tongue? Yeah.
So I say to Artis, so you guys are all buddy, and you had this whole thing worked out, right? About giving him the ring when you get to Chult, and you don't think he's gonna make it now?
Pretty much. I've been watching him, just like we all have. He's not doing well.
What do you know about this? Have you seen this before?
Have I seen this before? No.
What? You're speaking like you know something. If you know something, spit it out.
Yeah.
He says, well, let me put it this way. I'm a lot older than I look, and I've seen a lot of things. I've seen magical curses. I've seen other kinds of decay. I've seen encounters with undead do horrible things to people. And what he's going through now, at the rate he's falling apart, I don't think, given the distance we still have to go, that he's going to be in one piece by the time we get there.
How much farther away is Chult?
Based on my estimations, we're still a month's journey away.
A month?
Well, this isn't the fastest vessel. But we wouldn't get there any faster traveling by a ship. Did I mention that Chult is literally at the end of the world?
Evelyn's kind of staring at Paulton and kind of narrowing her eyes and kind of thinking, and she turns to Diaz and she's like, "You notice that clean line right across his neck there?"
Wow, standing right here, but sure. Point it out.
Actually, you're probably wondering why he's been wearing high collars and things around his neck the past several days.
Because the last time I saw someone look kind of like that was when you had a bruise around your neck.
Right now, Diaz is going through this internal turmoil where he's looking out the direction they're going, knowing that Strix is currently in Chult, but they're 30 days away, and then back at Paulton, who is dying in front of him, and not sure which one to stop and help.
There is a black flame that erupts on the deck of the ship, and it's momentary, and it leaves behind an oily smoke that coalesces into the form of Strix.
Just throw myself on her.
I just start screaming.
We're both just
is
screaming,
thoroughly
and I'm
confused.
hugging her and screaming.
No, I'm gonna push her away.
Do I see this, or am
Yeah,
I just out of it?
you all see this at some point, or you're all
Right.
aware very quickly that Strix is returned as quickly as she left.
At that point, I'm just what a well-timed development to push the plot along.
Now, Strix, you have all your experiences and knowledge of what you went through recently.
Right.
You don't know how much. You know how much time has passed in your world, which is about 7 days since the time you first arrived on the other airship.
Right. All right. I'm just gonna look around and see everyone and just take it in and just say, I won the dinosaur race.
Are you
Cool.
okay?
It was so long story short, I have a family whose name is the Skissixes, and they're from I guess I don't know, it was an infernal contract and Omen had it. Omen's really nice. Jim's an asshole, just so you know. And Biari is very nice. He got me a new hat. They're new friends. I hold my hat and shake.
I turn to everybody and I'm like, so is she completely crazy, or
Not
What?
usually.
so this really happened?
I'm more barmy than crazy, but yes, it happened. I was gone.
Well, how did
Okay.
you get back?
Oh, I was in Schultz. That's where I was. It was a jungle.
You were in Schultz?
Yeah.
That's where we were
really-
going.
It was
What a
really humid.
coincidence, says
How convenient.
Godfrey.
Oh, hi, Godfrey. Hello. How's it going?
Glad you're back, safe and sound.
It's glad to see you're still undead. Sorry about that. I guess I'll inform them about all that stuff, about the contract and all of that, and then
Sorry, all of what?
all the contract. Is my mic bad?
You were fading out a little bit, but actually,
no.
nobody knows anything, so you have to actually.
Okay, that's right. That's right. Yes.
Hey,
Oh, also, Jim was the mean one was dying. I guess there's like a curse going on. It's a death curse.
No.
That sounds familiar.
it's like, weird.
I'll look over to Paulton, and I'm guessing I can see that he looks similar to before.
It's
Jim
it's
got
clear that he looks a lot worse than he did the last time you saw him.
Oh no!
So, like a finger falls off.
Oh.
Can't
So I
we-
run up to Strix and I say, "So do you know how to fix it?"
No, but I know.
Oh, good.
But I know a Sararak is behind it, and they're in Schultz. It's called the
Evil's like-
Soulmonger. That's it. The Soulmonger. That's what they're called.
That is a lot more information than we had before. So thank you.
Didn't we? Am I remembering incorrectly that we knew that this was the curse affecting Strix and Dieth before?
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so we're
said- yeah.
familiar with this.
Yes.
Yeah, Van Richten told us as much.
Yeah. But as you
So-
recall, at that when you, Evelyn, used the blessing of Markovia to free Dieth and Strix from the effects of the curse, at that point in time, you weren't concerned about Paulton because Paulton hadn't died. But of course, your recent excursion to Barovia changed all of that.
Of course.
Strix and Dieth were still protected, but Paulton not so much.
Did you guys get the birds I sent you? I sent you birds. Notes.
No
Oh,
birds.
no.
Sorry.
Well, I tried. I was thinking about you all.
That's real thoughtful of you. We're sorry we lost you.
No, it wasn't your fault. They just had that contract that I told you about. I mean, who knows? Just hope my family doesn't come back because that'd be real bad. So,
But
Yeah,
they
Strix.
can't do it again, can they?
I mean, I asked him to destroy the contract, but I think he said a contract, and I feel like Oben's smarter than me.
I don't think that's possible. You're real smart, Strix.
Oh, thank you, but I count on my fingers.
Well, I'm glad to see you're okay. I'm glad you're safe and back. Good to see you.
Strix will give Dieth a weird hand touch.
Evelyn is like using like a bit of sail or something to try to scrub all the black oily smoke off of her that she got from. She's like smiling, but she's like obviously like. Ugh, ugh, ugh.
I ask Strix, "Do you need a long rest? We already have a system figured out, and we're willing to let you have the time you need to recover before we incorporate you in the
No,
crew."
I think I'm okay. Am I okay, Chris?
Yeah, you're pretty much as you were when you
Yeah.
wrapped up the business with the. Oh God, you haven't even told them about the Tyrannosaurus Rex Triceratops thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I'll tell them that after I have a drink.
All right.
While you're having a
Strix will
drink,
Strix will steal some of Paulton's wine and be like, "Well, there was a Tyrannosaurus, and then it ate Jim, but I cast Death Ward on him, which was a spell he didn't have, and then he pretended to dispel it, and then he was okay, and I saved his life, but he didn't care, and Viari at one point almost got sucked into a Triceratops butt during the race, and it was really gross."
do we know what dinosaurs are?
Yeah, you have an inkling of what they are, but
But we've never seen one,
no.
and we don't know that they are on Earth, or we do.
You know that they are creatures of this world.
I just assumed they were fake.
But yes, there's some belief in they might not be around anymore, or they could just be a myth, because if they exist, they don't exist anywhere in the lands that you have lived in.
Getting sucked into a Tyrannosaurus butt sounds disgusting.
Oh, it was the other. It was the Triceratops. He was eaten by the Tyrannosaurus, and I had to climb inside of it to take him out of it.
Ew.
And they asked me to do a lot of questionable things, but I survived. So I'm glad to be back. They have very different lives than us.
Well, do you remember how to do that ritual thing? Because maybe I just have to die again.
No.
No.
We have to kill the Soulmonger. That's what we have to do. And I think they're trying to too. Since I left, that was they wanted so they're on their way.
Yeah.
And
Look at Paulton. We don't have time to find and kill a soulmonger. He's wasting away before our very eyes.
well, we might have time to find something else to help him, like magic.
Fix him. Go, go, go. Magic.
Paulton, come here. I'm gonna motion Paulton over, and I'm gonna take off my glove, and then remove the ring that I've been wearing.
The ring of protection?
Yeah, and give it to Paul, the one that's been infused with Evelyn's soul, and then give it to Paulton and have him put it on.
Okay. So he slides his magic ring onto your finger, Paulton, the one of the fingers that
Be
didn't fall off.
careful.
He slides on the finger. I'm like, oh, really? Oh my gosh, I wasn't ready for this.
Yep. And Paulton, you feel just sort of instinctively that the ring has to attune to you, so it's going to take a few minutes before it does. Then you'll benefit from its power, essentially, whatever that may be.
And I don't know if this will work, but
No. Why are we doing this? This is a bad idea.
because Evelyn has already protected us, maybe it can protect him too.
Well, what about you, Dia?
Oh, I'm okay.
Evelyn is watching him very closely to make sure he stays okay.
Okay. About 10 minutes later, Paulton is able to attune to the ring, and it being a ring of protection, Paulton, it increases your armor class by 1, which isn't bad. And then, in addition, you also get a +1 bonus to all of your saving throws, which would include death saving throws, by the way.
Cool.
Yep. It's fancy.
It doesn't seem to fix him.
Well, there's no... once he's attuned to the ring, you don't see any instantaneous transformation, no.
I don't know, maybe it'll prevent further decay. I'm not sure. Just Evelyn helped us. I just think she could have helped you too.
I think the answer
I'm
here
sorry, I
is we need to
tried.
find a quicker way to Chult, because, I mean, that ring might help, but this sounds like something way bigger than that. So, you know of any, like, portals around here, or...
Strix will start digging through her robes, like maybe with something. Just like trying to see if this could portal key. I don't know.
Portal in your purse?
All right. And Strix, over the next day or two, you can regale them with all the details about how you were summoned to an airship, which looks surprisingly like this one.
Oh yeah. I will tell them about how they're called, how like what they are, Acquisition Incorporated, and I will make sure to tell Dieth about how they were from Waterdeep and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And hopefully he'll be like, oh,
So,
little recognizing.
Yeah. Zonderla, you know a few details about how this ship came to be. You were told when you became captain by Klauth that, and by the way, you haven't seen Klauth, so maybe chucking away the sending stone was a great idea. That Klauth saw an airship like this fly over his domain, and someone aboard the ship threw money off the ship at the dragon to appease it.
God.
And that was forever sort of ingrained in Klauth's memory. And Klauth set about the task of building one for himself. So enamored was he of the vessel. And so this is the inspiration that he got after that brief encounter with another airship.
Oh no, it's just a copy.
Yeah.
So mine
We're
is
the
a
copy.
knockoff
Yours is a knockoff.
Akink ship.
Yeah.
Too real.
Strix noticed that like
A
some
non-branded-
screws are loose.
A non-branded
It's a
airship.
generic?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You kick some of the floorboards
It's
off.
the same.
I knew
It's the
that.
same materials. It's just cheaper.
Fortunately, Klauth has a really good eye for detail, so he was able to deconstruct it with his big dragon brain. But yes, the fact that you haven't seen Klauth means that you may have confounded him.
Great idea, guys. I don't remember who had that idea,
Right.
but
You said that a day has passed.
And then when another day passes, Paulton, you don't feel like you've gotten worse.
Ooh.
Diath,
Yes, I
you
don't feel like
have.
I've gotten worse.
What?
Diath, you feel like you have gotten worse.
Oh, shit.
No.
Like, all right, check it out. What if we just like swap the rings like really, really, really fast?
And Diath, your hit point maximum goes down by 1.
No.
so do we think that we can make a schedule of everyone who needs protection and hopefully get to Chult in time before you're all dead? Does that sound like a plan?
Well, we have 2 rings, so we can
do.
switch them between each
do we?
other.
I didn't know that.
I have one as well, and I'm willing to give mine up to anyone that needs it.
So all my friends have to slowly die around me?
I mean, we're all going to be in the dead book anyway, so it really doesn't make a difference just how quickly we get there. But yes,
Could we just call it Van Richten? He can do another little Markovia thing.
I
and-
never thought I'd heard you say those words ever.
Triggered.
It just-
Yeah, you believe, Evelyn, that the blessing of Saint Markovia was spent in that endeavor.
Evelyn never believes anything is spent.
That was a one-time gift.
All right. Well, Paulton, you could take my ring right now because I haven't decayed at all, except
very
for mentally. So
Wait, do I still have the ring I was given?
Yeah.
You have Diath's currently, yeah,
Okay.
and you're attuned to it now. So
Does anyone know any way of speeding up the ship or finding a different way there? Because the faster we can take care of a Sararak, the better we're all better.
Agreed. I
I
mean,
don't.
we've got the air elemental that makes us go up, and
the fire elemental makes you go up.
elemental
The fire
go-
elemental makes you go up. The
Oh,
air elemental gives
yes.
you forward propulsion.
So, if the air is thinner up there, maybe we'll have less drag, and if we I
No,
don't
your
know,
your
get-
fastest route is to basically catch a current going in the direction you want to go, and you get extra thrust from the air elemental when you're in that current.
Okay.
You are
we
currently
hadn't-
you are currently moving the ship as fast as you can.
Okay, I was gonna say, I thought we were already doing that. So
Yeah.
good.
We need
Okay,
some sort of
so-
portal.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, we need a
agree with
portal.
Evelyn here.
I'm gonna look at Dieth and also like take my ring off and just be like, put it on.
Hey, that fox came through a portal, right?
That's not the same thing.
I mean, it could maybe. Sorry for trying to help. Jeez.
Hey, it looked like a portal to me.
Yeah, but it's just
It was in fact a
No.
portal, yes.
Why
Dieth,
not?
We're gonna
Maybe.
have.
Are you
Maybe she
embarrassed of your
knows.
fox girlfriend?
She was very nice.
stop.
I thought she was great. Should bring her around more.
Sir Godfrey
So
will
pretty.
say, "Dealing with fiends is dangerous."
Yeah, so is dying.
That is absolutely true.
Always a winner, that
Infallible
Godfrey.
logic. I mean, Dia, do you have any other idea? Because I'm fresh out.
But something bad happened last time. I wasn't here. Did she bite you or something?
No, she was very nice, quite genteel, and she wore a very pretty outfit.
I wouldn't. I'd say it's a little much, but you know, I'm not a fan.
I mean, if we call this Fox Lady, she's not gonna let us get in her portal with her, and even then, we don't know where her portal goes.
She might have the power to open one.
I thought
Phrasing.
she was like a question answering type person, not like a
She provides information, not
Yeah.
favors.
not a transport device.
We might be able to offer her something for a favor. I mean, that's a bad idea. I know it's a bad idea.
Or maybe she knows how we could do it.
Oh yeah, we could open a portal.
Yeah.
Do you know how to open a portal, Strix? Have you ever done
Yeah,
that before?
I've done
You're-
that, but it's specific.
Short
Yeah.
range.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can you call up this Omen fella and just ask him
No.
Open a portal over in
No.
Schultz.
Last thing we need is a debt to him.
She said he was nice.
He was nice. And
As long as we don't
I
talk
was
to
also
this Jim jerk.
I was also a prisoner, so I mean that niceness is it comes with a price, I guess. Come on, Dia, just summon her. Come on, let's just get out. Just do it.
God damn it! I hate this. I'll take out a key, put it in.
Oh my goodness.
All right, key number 6, or the 6th key.
Yeah.
Okay, a
Smart
portal
about that.
opens, and out steps Shemeshka once more. You can see that she's got her razor vine tiara, but she has switched dresses at this point and is wearing a black, almost sort of scholarly robe that goes all the way down to the floor. And you can,
Hashtag OOTD OMG.
yeah.
Yeah,
And,
as soon as Strix sees the black outfit, she's like, I like this one better.
And she's got basically a gleaming ring, a gem-encrusted ring on every finger and on both of her thumbs.
So extra.
Okay, Dia, ask her if there's any way she knows we can get to Chult, like, ASAP.
All right. Shemeshka?
Yes.
Honey.
How can I help you, my boy?
What's the fastest way to Chult that we can obtain?
You said this world is Toral, yes?
Yeah, it's that one, Strix says from the corner. She's kind of hiding behind a box.
Well, it's
At
very
this point-
simple. You just have to find a wizard to cast a teleport spell for you.
That's
What
not,
about stabilizing all our friends?
that's not.
Ask her about stabilizing all our friends. Dia.
Yes, thank you.
Dia.
Thank you.
You have you have 2 questions left.
Acererak the Soulmonger is currently draining the life force out of everyone who's died, causing a sort of death curse.
So you've told me.
How can we prevent the effects of the death curse?
I'm so glad you asked. And she pulls out a scroll. And she says, and out of her bosom, she pulls a vial of what looks like purplish liquid. And she hands them both to you. I anticipated your request. And, she says, if you use these to create a scroll, you can summon forth a night hag coven called the Zone Sisters.
Oh.
Cool.
Strix, is that bad?
She
Strix
says,
is just like holding her hat down, like.
allow them to visit you 3 times in 3 nights, and they will give you something each time while you sleep. You must accept all 3, and at the end you will be protected should your soul be trying to... If the soulmonger is going to try to steal your soul, this will protect you once.
Oh, I like that plan.
She's so nice. Isn't she nice?
Halton?
It
Are
is
you
the
okay?
only way.
It's like, so you're telling me that the only way to survive is to let some ladies show up in the night while I'm sleeping and do whatever they want. I really don't see a problem with this plan.
Okay, so last question, I think, needs to be, where is the nearest wizard with a portal? I mean, like, Artis isn't a wizard, is he?
Are there
Artis-
any
Artis
wizards
shakes his
on the
head.
boat? Anyone on the boat a wizard?
From my
Anyone?
experience, wizards aren't as skilled as sorcerers.
I
Just
think that's
saying.
totally true.
Well, she
But
did
you
say
don't have a
wizard.
teleport spell.
Yeah, I was gonna say. we need
Well-
somebody with a teleport spell.
if we follow this instructions with this hag or whatever on Paulton, and his death curse is prevented, then we don't need to worry about getting there as fast.
It's true. I like to have two plans, though. But if there's another question you'd rather ask her right now, go for it.
Within Chult, where can we find a Sararak the Soulmonger?
She says,
Not in Omu. I went there.
that's a good question. Does she even know at this point in time? Yeah, I think she probably knows something. She says, the Soulmonger and Acerak are not together. Be specific. Which one you want to find?
What? Oh, what? I thought they were. Oh. Duh. The Soulmonger.
The soul one.
The soul one. Soulmonger.
He says, I have it on good authority. It's hidden under the city of Omu.
That's where I was.
Strix, you know where that is?
I know where that is. It's hard to get to, and that's where the dinosaur was. Did I mention that the dinosaur was big?
All right. Well,
She
at least we
says-
have somebody on board that knows how to get there.
I don't know how to get there, but I mean, maybe I do. Maybe I'm smart enough to remember.
Let's hope.
Artis will walk up behind you, Diath, and just say in low tones, and he's not hiding it from anybody, certainly not from Shemeshka, but he says, I think she might be a wizard.
Hey, Shemeshka.
Yes.
You're quite powerful. And
God.
let's make a deal.
Yes.
What can I offer to you, if you have the ability to do so, to get us to Chult as fast as possible?
If-
Say instantaneously.
If I had the ability, you insult me.
It was not my intention.
Fortunately, I came prepared for that question too. And she says, why, I would be happy to teleport you there, my boy, and all of your friends. And all I ask in return is that you subject yourself willingly to a Gaius spell.
Oh no.
What's that?
Ugh.
Yeah, what is that?
It is the
Yeah.
greatest of all magical compulsions.
Neat.
Don't do it to do it to me. Don't do it to them.
And I'll
Say.
spoil the surprise for you.
Do-
I have learned that one of my old comrades, a colleague of sorts, might be somewhere down there in Omu. He has something that belongs to me,
Uh-huh.
and something else I desire. His name. Well, he goes by the name Mr. Fox,
Oh no.
and
Fantastic.
I want his spectacles. And the spell book he took from my library.
A book and some glasses? That's easy peasy. What does the spell do, though?
If he accepts the Gaius, he must complete the task given before him.
Can't you give it to me? Strix will just run up to her and be like, just give it to me. He's been through enough.
Now, Strix, I think you've been through enough with her.
Well,
The task is just to get a book and
She
some
looks at you,
glasses,
Strix, and
I
says,
think.
Oh, you've returned. How delightful.
Strix just screams like she forgot she's not hidden anymore. It's like, oh no! It's like,
She says, brace yourself, dearie. Your life is going to get very harsh.
what? It was already bad.
It's not very nice.
That's not nice.
I'm just delivering a friendly warning. But he should turn her head back to you, Dieth, and she says, what is it going to be?
Let me guess. This Gaius, the instructions. You just want me to return this Mr. Fox's spectacles and your spellbook back to you? That's all you want?
That will be the terms of the Gaius, yes. Get those things for me, and I will teleport you all to Chult.
Dieth, you don't have to do this. We can
No.
wait.
We could just call the hags.
Well, the hags, you want to call them anyway, because even if you get to Chult, the effects of the death curse will still claim your friends. Without their protection.
I mean, I'm on board for helping with this book and glasses deal, so... I mean, Dieth is doing us all a favor. I think we owe it all to pledge to help get this done.
I mean, and if we do wait, then hundreds of people will probably die to this soulmonger's curse.
Yes.
Almost certainly.
Thank you, Evelyn.
I know how you love saving innocents.
I'm missing a party.
Oh no.
I love parties. Whose
that why
party
you
is
look so
it?
good
Can we
right
come?
Ooh, where is it being held? Evil lair.
I'm not sure if this is the worst idea I've ever done, but it's certainly up there. Let's do it, Shemeshka. I'll return you your items.
Oh, you're not going to keep the scroll and the ink?
Yeah. I'll get those. I just mean the book and the spectacles.
Oh, yeah.
All
right.
Gaius.
In that case, she
So
will
long
cast...
as, under my word, you get essentially myself, Evelyn, Paulton, Strix, Waffles, Juniper, Simon. I'll look back at everyone else. Let's see.
Artis, Zandala, Godfrey?
Everyone, I'll turn to everyone else. What do you guys think?
Yeah, bring everyone along. These are all nice.
Well, Artist said he had business in Schultz anyway, so.
Yeah, but they're already flying there.
Also, he has the ring we need to get, so you can't leave him behind.
Look,
No, he
Get as
has
much
the
as
ring
you
that
can.
Sandala needs to get. I don't give a shit about it.
get as much as you can from her at one point at Shemeshka. Oh, we're all going. Lady.
I'll turn to three of them and just be like,
Teleport.
I'll look at the three of them and just be like, do you guys want to? Or would you rather be here?
I want to help you with this thing.
She can take up to 8
Because-
creatures, just so you know.
Strix, Paulton,
Oh,
Evelyn,
the 4
Simon,
parties.
Waffles, Juniper. Me.
Summer-wise?
Don't let pets count. That's awful.
Yep.
There's so many pets. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you got Juniper, you got Waffle. Summer-wise, you've got Simon, you've got Godfrey, and you've got Artis. There's 6, plus your 5.
Ah,
She's
hell.
counting on her fingers.
Damn it. Now you're getting me confused. Dieth, Paulton, Strix, Evelyn, Juniper, Waffles, Simon.
One more?
I would bring Artist.
Zandala's like, wait, I'm not a creature.
Nope.
Yes, you
Evelyn.
are.
Oh.
Nice try.
Don't insult yourself. You're important.
What if a creature fits inside a creature?
He's shaking his head no, and I feel like it's danger.
A creature is a creature, even if it's inside another creature.
Yeah. Okay.
What about Godfrey?
I'm leaning towards Godfrey. I'm letting those two figure out their own problems.
Yeah, they'll meet up with us in however long.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, plus Godfrey some extra muscle. Is that right, Godfrey?
I'm just happy to help.
Something weird about him, but yeah.
He never did explain why he came along with you guys.
Yeah.
And why are you here, Godfrey?
Hey, be nice. It's not
I mean-
hurting anyone.
I appreciate your hard work.
Never hurts to have a priest of the Morning Lord along.
That's right. Cheers.
Yeah, you can tell him about Lathander all the time.
Okay. In the beginning, there was the light.
No,
and the
I
light-
didn't. No, I didn't say no. Not right now.
Oh, okay.
Plus, you never know when Strahd might show up again.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Okay.
what? I'm sorry.
What? Hold up.
Wait, I thought that. What?
He's gone. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. He's gone.
You said you put him in some sort of doll.
But is that one still hanging around? What about the other one?
And brought him into this world.
I did that. Yep.
Well,
So you're just waiting until he just shows up, like. Bleh.
if he's gonna show up, he's probably gonna be pissed at you.
Damn it, Godfrey, can I worry about one problem at a time?
We got a lot of problems.
Okay. Is Simon capable of doing anything on the ship?
Is he capable?
Yeah,
he has
you know-
not exhibited any desire to. It's possible he could, but you haven't seen him actually work.
Right.
You don't think Simon and work necessarily are two things that go together very well.
Right,
Yeah,
but
look
if
at
we,
his dad.
I,
I
Wow.
go while they're making these decisions. I go find Juniper in her nest, and I ask her if she wants to come along to Tilt or not. And I check her over and see whether she seems to be suffering from any death curse herself.
I'm just
Oh, that's a very good question. I'm going to say she
no.
wasn't in fact dead, so because you were able to revive her with a lay on hands. So
Yeah, I hesitate to say this, but she did die when I died.
that's true. But actually, the death curse only affects humanoids, so it's not even an issue.
Ha!
hear me
So-
out. Hear me out. We can't just take everyone, because then we're basically leaving them stranded without a crew.
Yes.
I mean, you
There
could
is that.
do that. There's nothing stopping you from just leaving us.
I mean, possible grudges and vengeance would stop me from doing that.
Also, he's a nice person, and he wouldn't do that.
Well, that's nice.
Now, if even just say, I don't know, someone with hands like, say, Simon stayed behind just to help, crew the ship to at least get them there.
Are you trying to separate us from our son again?
No, I'm trying to make sure that we're not leaving them to die.
Paulton, are you hearing what he's saying?
Look, okay.
So one thing you do know, Zondala, is that you can land the ship without a crew. I mean, literally, you just have to descend, and that
Right.
you could do that yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Are we nearby an establishment where you could just hire some idiots?
You have no idea. You're so high up, the clouds are below you.
Cool. Sounds like you'll be able to find yourselves some idiots. So we'll,
Eventually, yeah, you could.
okay. I believe in you to do that.
We have one spot left of the 8. Why don't we just bring
Godfrey?
Zendala?
I think Zondala and Artis have their own things to handle.
But I'll
Wait,
miss them.
Well up. I've been half paying attention. Is Artist coming? I would like if he went.
He will be, eventually. It'll take some time as they fly the ship over to Chult, but we can meet up with him there.
I wouldn't normally interject at this point, says Artis, but I did speak to an oracle that said that I would help, that I would come together with others and return to Chult. It is a place I know pretty well. I can, if nothing else, serve as a guide.
We need a guide.
Yeah, that sounds great. Guide with the ring I want. Yeah, he should come.
Shit, fine. All right, we're taking Artis. Godfrey,
Yay!
let's
What
help.
about
Artis will
Zendala
cast a
and
smile
Godfrey?
over toward Zondala.
Hey, there's lots of spoof oracles out there saying all sorts of things to people. Who knows if we're the right group even?
Can I give Artis like a bro 5 and bring it in for a hug?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll bring it in. It's like, I'm gonna get that ring. Yay, Artis is coming. He's great.
I know.
Artist
Schultz
will
is
just say
scary.
back to you, we'll see about that.
No, no.
Like,
All right, so artist then?
Yes. And we'll leave Godfrey behind to help crew the ship. Zandala, you can land it wherever. And as you're descending, look for the nearest establishment, make your way there, hire some bright-eyed, young, dumb kids who want to fly an airship for the first time ever. And if we can do it, they can do it. And then we'll meet up with you back in Chult.
There was some on the airship that I was on, and I got one killed.
Great. We're taking Strix with us.
For better or worse. Yeah.
I would like to cast Dominate Person on Artis right now.
Oh, all right. Zandala casts a spell.
Do I see her doing that?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I'm like, hey, like a bad cat. Like, hey, I don't know you. Oh, I do know you. But I left. But stop it. None of that. She's casting a spell. No magic on this ship unless it's me.
I'm like looking at her like, okay.
Are you going to continue with the casting?
I continue to cast the spell on Artis.
Hey,
All right.
hey, I interrupt. I'm gonna walk up and slap you. Actually, no. I tell my broom to slap her.
Well,
I just like
let's roll
push her
initiative. Let's
face
roll
away.
initiative between the two of you for starters to see whether or not Zandala is able to cast the spell before Strix can interrupt her.
Oh my goodness.
Sweet.
Oh, I got a 2.
Oh.
I got a 15.
Oh, no.
It's been killing it.
Now she can come up and slap you, but that doesn't necessarily end the spell.
I sent my broom after her. It's
Okay.
going like.
So it's whacking her. All right, make your broom attack. So, I didn't. So you're +4 to hit with the broom.
Okay.
Just roll the die and add 4.
14.
That actually hits Zandala's armor class, which is 13.
Aha.
So you get whacked by the broom.
Okay.
Rolled, I think it's a D4 plus 2 damage. Strix, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, sweet.
And then I need Zandala to make a concentration.
So that's 5 damage.
5 damage. So Zandala, you have to make a Constitution saving throw. A D roll plus your Constitution modifier.
Where is that? Where'd it go?
That would be your con is +2.
Oh, +2. So 11.
Okay. So the DC is 10 or half the damage you take, whichever number is higher. So 10. All right. So you are able to maintain concentration on the spell despite getting whacked by the broom.
Strix, be nice. Why are you hitting
All
our
right,
friend?
and
She's doing magic.
Artist
You do
then
magic all the time.
has to make
Yeah.
a saving throw versus your save DC of 15.
I don't know what's happening.
A spell is being cast on Artis.
No, I got that. I just,
Also, can I identify what spell it is as well?
You can make an Arcana check.
Okay. Oh, sweet.
Okay.
Super high. 28.
You think it's definitely a charm or enchantment-related effect that she is trying to beguile him with this spell, which he is able to resist with his Constitution saving throw of 17.
No.
All right,
my
let us all roll initiative.
that's
Oh my
embarrassing.
god.
Whoa.
What?
What?
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
Hold on here. Can't we talk this
18.
out?
18 for
skipped-
Zandala.
Oh, guess who rolled a nat 20?
All right. So
Doesn't
what's
matter
your
at all.
what's your total, Evelyn? 20?
22.
22. How did Paulton do on his?
Still dying 6.
6. Diath,
18.
18. Strix,
13.
13. And then I'll roll for Artis. Not great.
Yes.
So that's
Paul's just like, you kids have fun.
over for Godfrey. And Zandala, you can also telepathically, since Summerwise technically acts on your turn, you can telepathically give him commands to do things too.
Okay.
So just so you know.
Yeah.
All right, and Simon will act
So
on
sad.
Paulton's turn. So Evelyn, you are by far the most reactive, and you can take an action if you want. All you know is that Strix went up and started to slap Zondala and whack her with her broom of animated attack, and then Zondala got off a spell regardless that attempted to affect Artis, but you saw him just sort of shake it off.
I do like the principal getting between the two kids on the playground thing. I just get between them. I take a few whacks from the broom on my construct arm. I'm like, now, calm down, calm down. I'm just kind of trying to I don't know what the actual action would be, but like, I'm not trying to grapple either of them. I'm just trying to separate them, I guess.
Okay. Well, Zondala and Artis aren't that close physically, so... But if you want to separate Strix and Zondala, then yes, you can intercede between them and kind of push them apart a bit.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying... Okay, here's what I'll do. I'm kind of trying to, grapple Zondala, but, behind me. I'm getting in front of her so Trix can't whack her.
Okay.
But I'm, holding her behind... I'm, taking possession of Zondala.
Okay. Make a strength athletics check in Zondala. If you don't want to be grabbed by Evelyn, you can make a... What would be best for you? You can make a...
I'll let her. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll let her.
So you grapple her.
Okay. I just I kind of am holding her, but protectively.
Right. Okay.
Chill. Also, Shemeshka is still missing her party. I think it's very rude.
Okay.
Sure, it's a crappy party anyway.
Diath, what
Also,
do you
can
do?
we come to the party? It sounds cool.
No, you don't want to go to the parties there.
Diath?
It's my turn?
Yes. Would you like to do anything?
Damn it. So all I saw was Zandala try to do something to Artis, our much-needed guide.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Can I yell things at this point, or
You can talk. Absolutely, you can talk.
I didn't say anything, but I need that ring. I cannot let him leave with that ring right now. It's been a lifelong need of mine. I have plans for this world, and I need the power to enforce them. And you guys know me.
Whoa.
I'm not I'm not an awful person. I'm not
Oh man, she's
just
Barbie,
trying to.
I don't like this.
Whoa.
I don't like that.
I used the Harpers. They just don't get shit done fast enough for me. I obviously there are people in this world that need to be taken out of power. Artis is one of them. He's been not listening to the Harpers, not communicating with anybody, running amok with this dumb ring, not using it even half the time.
Take her out.
When you say plans for this world, what
I
do
don't
you
have them all
mean?
planned out, but
Uh-oh.
But
more
that's
power.
literally in the sentence. I have plans for this world. I just don't
I
have
have-
plans.
I have plans for this world that include other people like artists not being in the world, and I need the power to be able to remove people who aren't benefiting the public. Sometimes systems just don't work anymore, and somebody needs... I'm trying to be a vigilante, okay?
Diath?
I need that thing.
Diath.
I'm useless without it.
God,
Diath.
so she'll just keep
It's
on
your action,
yapping.
and
Yeah.
she's going off now. That's fine. And
Yes.
make a so you can take your action, but before you do, make a perception check.
Okay. I'm just so afraid.
I keep talking, and I'm like,
28.
there are other guides in Chult, and Strix seems to know way more about it than this guy does.
28.
All right. As you sort of assess the situation and are about to act, one other additional piece of information for you. As you cast your eyes off the deck of the ship toward the aft, you see gliding up out of the clouds a huge red form.
No!
All right, I turn back to Shemeshka, and I'll say, Shemeshka, I accept the Gaius, so you can teleport myself, Strix, Evelyn, Paulton, Simon, Waffles, Juniper, and Artis over to Chult now. Wait, what city were you at, Holly? Or Strix, sorry?
No, we don't want to go there. We need to go to Port 9 Zaru. We don't
port.
want to go to Omu. We don't want. It's bad. Dinosaurs.
Port place that she said. That's where we want to teleport to. I
Port
accept the
9's
chaos.
And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Ah!
All right. Danny, I assume you can rejoin us next week?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Oh man.
Then Diaz turns to Zendala and says, "Bye, bitch."
Oh man.
I'm like holding on to her, like, no.
All right. Shemeshka will join the initiative order. I'll just write that down now so I don't forget.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Wow.
heck.
Yeah, she's not.
She's gonna do what now?
All right. So we will pick up in the middle of the chaos next week with episode 62. Does anybody have any announcements they want to share before we part company?
I want to retroactively say thank you to everyone who came to our panel at PAX.
Yeah.
And so many people, this is from Cat Cosplay, and so many
Cute.
people gave us amazing art. So thank you to everyone who gave us presents and came and talked to us and just attended our panel. It made us feel very loved, and we appreciate you. And there is a partial, like 45-minute long recording of that panel on this channel in the videos if you guys missed it. And
Thanks.
also, I'm playing D&D right after this on Misclicks if you want
Right.
to come watch.
Yay. And thanks for everyone for coming to PAX and saying hi. It was super fun and great. So hooray!
Yeah.
And those of you who didn't see it, you can see Strix over on the PAX Acquisition Incorporated show, which is also up on, I believe, the Penny Arcade YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, be sure to watch that in case you're wondering why Strix was gone for 7 in-game days. You can see exactly what she was
Yes.
up to.
Yeah.
It's great. Highly recommend it.
And you
Lots
can
of
see
mistakes
she
were made.
really won that dinosaur race.
I
we
did.
won.
Where's your trophy, though? If you.
Oh,
The mean guy stole it.
Oh,
The
okay.
mean wizard.
Mm.
I
name
want
was
to
Jim.
say real quick, I don't have news yet, but I have some huge news that I will be sharing soon. So make sure you tune into Craft Tags, which is on Mondays at noon on my channel, which is Danny Hartel, or D&D. They host it as well if you don't want to look for me. But yeah, stay tuned. I'm very excited to tell you all about what's going on.
Cool.
Yeah, and for me, not D&D related, but my headlining tour, the Cool and Good tour with myself and my music friends, Amelie and Mando Pony, picks back up in October. So we're doing the biggest run we've done so far. So we're playing Anaheim, California, Phoenix, Salt Lake City, Denver, Seattle, Portland,
smokes.
and San Fran in about a week and a half span. So tickets are at NateWantsToBattle.com. And hope to see everyone out there. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, everyone go.
You'll have to cut some time out just to say hi when you're up in Seattle.
Absolutely.
Yep.
yeah, I'll be there.
That's right.
Oh, stop. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's not really any cool announcement or anything, but I will hopefully be back online and doing my own things again with YouTube and Twitch and the like. From what I hear, early October. I called the internet people for my new house, and I said, "When can you turn on my internet?" And they're like, "October 3rd." And I said, "That seems ridiculous."
That does seem
Wow.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's weird.
That is not right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll get that moved up. So chances are for next week's game, I may need to ask a friend if I can borrow their internets, and I'll be streaming from not home again.
Jeez.
All right.
I'm actually in Holly's other room. in
It's
case
true.
You guys couldn't tell.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been staying at our house after their house flooded, so it's been a party.
Early on in the show, when Strix wasn't there, I could just hear Holly laughing from her room through the door.
You can probably hear me screaming. I'm allowed.
Yeah,
I'm
there's-
allowed. Yeah.
Heard a lot of that too.
Yep.
Sorry.
If you've been living
Wait.
under a big rock, I just want to announce that Tomb of Annihilation released worldwide today, basically. So not just in game stores, but also available for purchase online. And so if you want it, it's out there.
Then finally, Dice Camera Action subreddit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Reddit.com/r/Dice Camera Action. Join in on all of the great conversations, fan arts, fan fictions, and the like. Thank you to everyone who was posting on there in between seasons. Really enjoyed the continued fandom. It's super cool.
I have to give a shout out too. First of all, if you missed it, there were AMAs from myself,
Oh, yeah.
Holly, and
Jared,
Jared
yeah.
during the interim. So if you want to check out some Q&A there, you can as well. But we asked for your help in gathering quotes from every single episode we've done, which is 60 episodes, which is 120 hours of footage, because we needed quotes from every single episode. And as of when I just last checked it, every single episode has been claimed.
Holy
and
crap.
people have been, I know, and people have been posting quotes from every single episode. So that is one of the only times in my life I've seen a community band together that fast to accomplish a task that complicated. And I just think you guys are the bee's knees.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing
That's
that.
awesome.
And they just make me laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh.
Have you read all the quotes?
I haven't read them all. I've read like
so
the
many.
first, I don't know, 1,000 maybe. I don't.
There are so
There
many.
are so many good quotes.
I've forgotten that we've said so many things.
I know.
Same, yeah.
Well, now you've got one more episode to do, so
Aw,
get on that.
I want to give a shout out real quick to the Waffle Crew Live Twitter.
Oh,
It's
yes.
a live
That's a
Waffle
thing?
Crew.
What?
It just followed me right before the show today,
Oh.
but they live tweet now the episodes.
Oh, what? I didn't know
so
what this.
that's
yeah,
awesome.
I
We
think
all
it's
go to.
I think it's only got 22 followers right now. So I want to say everybody go to at Live Waffle Crew, and they've got some fun art, and they've been retweeting stuff I've retweeted today. So I think it's brand new, but we should all just go follow it right now
Dia
because it
speaks
seems
to
super
his-
awesome.
Dia speaks to his foxy girlfriend Shemeshka about how to get the soul, where the soulmonger cursor person is.
Yeah.
All right.
She's not my girlfriend, guys. God.
Quality content.
We're just talking.
Oh, my phone's gonna die. Okay.
All right. It's already got 47 followers now, so we're,
Oh, good.
we're doing good.
All right.
Cool.
Okay. Well, I guess that's a wrap for all of us. Anna, enjoy your next game, and
Thank
we'll be
you.
back next week for more Waffle Crew shenanigans, and we'll see how things play out on board Captain Zondala's airship.
Aw.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Yay.
Guys.
Bye.
All
Bye,
right.
everybody.